Yes, my people of St. Martin, grand rising to you all. Today I am here with the guy I consider as a fire king for the French side, Mr. Touzah. And today is a day I would like to bring across certain reasoning about God and about humanity. And one very important thing I learned today from Jabash is about man, son, and the spirit. I didn't really know about the man, son, and the woman. But he explained me a little deeper because you see my vibration is high. And you just have to get people with the same high vibration like you so you can have the understanding. So Touzah, like I said, Grand Rising is a blessing to be here next to you today to be reasoning about this kind of matter. So the floor is yours.
Well, in reality, I don't know where you want me to come from, but I'm going to give you the foundation of what I-Life teaching is about. I-Life teachings come from the forefathers, ancient forefathers, and I-Life rely upon the Bible. We rely upon no other book separately as history. Other books that was attached to the coming of the prophets, yes, but books who come with contradictions that don't stand up, no. Now, you talk to me about father, mother, and child worship. That's what most black people today are talking about. That's what the Naya Bindi also are talking about. But the prophets never walked with that. Prophets walk with Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And a lot of people would have wanted to contradict this with no real contradiction. For if you go and you look at the Bible that we have today that was messed up by the Europeans and this by the Europeans and confused by the Europeans, then we can go to Ethiopia where we have the same Bible with all the missing links with it over 3,000 years. So I don't want to get involved in no contradiction with people that don't really know what we're talking about. The issue about father, mother, and child is in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Isis, Osiris, and Horus is in the Bible. And that's the same worship that you are talking about. But that worship is what was based in Babylon, ancient Babylon. That was not a worship that I and I, who are the chosen, the children of the Most High, was walking with. And if you know about Semiramis, if you know about Astoret, you would know exactly that the obelisk that we have right here by the frontiers is fashioned according to the penis of Horus. That's what it is. Because Shem chop him up and pieces and spread it out to the wall. And Osiris, what's her name? Astoret, the woman, his wife, went and looked for the body and didn't find the body, just found the penis. And tried to construct a body with that. Then the little baby Tammuz that we talking about. And on the 25th, she come out with a baby not being pregnant. Yeah. This is history, based history, and it is in the Bible. So people, lecturers or scholars who read the Bible and do not understand that there's a difference in between what the prophet worship and what the prophet fight would be a difficulty for them to understand, because Jeremiah fight that doctrine. What he named? Ezekiel fight that doctrine. Elijah fight that doctrine with all the prophets of Baal, and that was Baal worship. So how could we confuse the fight that the prophets had against this worship with the enemy of the throne? Nimrod is who? Who is Nimrod? Nimrod is the man that stand up before God and defy God by dealing with human souls. Yep. This is the same man that is part of that Trinity that I'm talking about. Read history to understand it. So I don't quite understand. The Bible said, and records three. There are three that bear witness in Zion, in heaven. Three that bear witness in heaven. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Islands. And they are one. In nature and in purpose. Yet distinct. For Christ say, I go unto the Father, for the Father is greater than I. But when he say he and the Father is one, hear what the beginning say. And the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word is God. But there are three also that bear witness on earth. Three that bear witness on earth. And that is the blood, the water, and the Spirit. And they are one. And they cannot be separated. For whoever is blood is water, and the Spirit is there also. Wherever water is, blood and the Spirit is there also. Wherever the Spirit is, blood and water is there also. So these are three that cannot detach themselves. And how they become one? By nature and purpose. Because blood is red, water is clear, and the Spirit is invisible. Yet they are one, and they don't move without each other. This is how the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit move. You're going to tell me that the Holy Spirit is God, or he is Christ? No, he is not.
So who's the Holy Spirit?
This is the whole point again. And if he is the messenger, if he is the one talking to the prophets from the Garden of Eden until today, then you ask yourself, go and look in Luke 2. And you're going to find out what he said. My position is to be to the throne and await message to deliver to the messengers of God, to the children of the Most High. There no other angel does that work. There no other angel does the work as Gabriel. There no other angel does the work as Michael. But we must be able to make the distinction and read to understand, not to read to blah blah. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Iris, that is the doctrine of the pioneers. The mischievous entrance is the doctrine of Babylon, ancient Babylon. Father, mother, and child, not because they were black. They were black, yes, ancient Babylon were black, but that was the opposition against the truth. And those who were worshiping the Father, Son, and Holy Iris were also black. Never had a white man involved in this thing. Never. Never had no European in the Bible functioning. Otherwise, the Roman went over and Jerusalem and sacked Jerusalem, mash up Jerusalem. Yes. Burn Jerusalem, that we leave one little wailing wall for them to preach on, and they were there. But the Bible speaks also, they say, those who are over there claiming to be Israelites are not Israelites. They are the synagogue of Satan. The Bible. So whoever man think he could have advanced God with or advanced the people with, God already registered it there. And those of us who search and who look and who ask for our eye to understand the things that we read in was granted favor. This thing about the obelisks and the father, mother, and child, we're going straight back to Babylon. Straight back to the enemy worship. Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, what the next one named there? Joshua, not Joshua. Yes, Elijah. All of these men fight that doctrine.
Yes.
You go and search it, that's the doctrine they fight.
I know about Elijah. Elijah was the one God took straight up.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know these things, but have your vibration low. But today we get to news. Let me try to break it down for some of y'all who vibration really low. Now this guy they call Jesus. So y'all don't know his real name is Joshua, is Emmanuel, is No, a lot of you still believe that this guy was white. No, not even exist. They believe he was white up to this day in French Quarter on the Chamba Hill. I went in there and I still see they have up this white Jesus. And they also have the Pope there. No, the Pope is a man who agreed to man and man to marry in church.
Let me just clear a little misconception with this church thing is concerned.
First thing I ask you before you go, what color Yahshua is?
Well, from 1975, I received a book called Sex and Race, and one called Nature Knows No Color Line. And when I read in it, it was from J.A. Rogers. And in it, he explained to you the color of the Christ, the hair that the Christ had, with the verse matching from Isaiah, and also
his height, 5 feet 4 inches.
What?
That is what is in that book. So from 1975, 74, I was unaware of that. That's why I never take the route of churches or anything. Then reading the Bible, they asked Christ a question because Christ has blocked all those that the enemy could have passed. He blocked them all. Read the Bible, good, you're going to understand. From who should we be aware? This is the disciples asking Christ this question. Who should we be aware of in this society? He said, the scribes and the Pharisees. Who is the scribes? Those people that write books. Them is the scribes. Be aware of them. And those people that ministers in the churches, false churches, be aware of them. He didn't say nobody else. He didn't make mention of nobody else in society. He said those who are governing your mind, your intellect, by writing books and changing up your consciousness and giving you garbage where you can't spend it in no shop, be aware of those. Because the word, you have it already. And if you have the word in your battle, you need no other word else through what you have in your battle to receive another word. Because he said the battle must be plain. You understand? And the church, which is the scribes and the Pharisees, today you see them. You see they mishap. You see they misleading. You see they misjudgment. You see they failure. You see everything. But you hope. You condition. And you don't know what else to do if you turn your back on that. But you know in yourself that it's not that. Blessed for that. Yeah. And he says something else too, you know. How are we going to know who is who? That's the Christ. Question to him again. How we will know who is who? Because life is difficult. Nobody can know nobody. He say wrong. Reckon to know the tree according to the fruit it bear. Yeah. No good tree can bear bad fruit and no bad tree can bear good fruit. Ooh. You tell me if any fruit tree today could get away. They could get away from people who are conscious, but they can't get away from Jabash.
My God.
You see? And hear what they tell him. Again. Yeshua. Hear what they tell him. They got some fellows who are yonder preaching and doing some righteousness and saying they're righteous and all kind of thing. And you give us order, we go across there and deal with them one time and just slay them again, bury them alive. And just tell us what to do. He said, okay, how do you see they work? They work good or bad? The answer said, they work are good. He said, then, every tree that beareth good fruit was planted by my Father. He must look like you. He must talk like you. But once you could reckon to say what he's saying is truth, you got nothing to say. And hear what it say again. When you cannot find guilt in the mouth of a man, the same is a righteous man. By the word. You see? Now you would class the righteousness for the whole of his life. No. He talked to you at the moment. At the instant moment when that person answered, that person is righteous. What happened tomorrow, that's no business about it. That's why God will strive with men all the while. And even the glories of the Almighty, which is the word, does not strive with man all the while. You can be sad now, in 5 minutes you're happy and joyful. And that joyfulness could get shadowed by a phone call for an accident. Yep. You see, and sadness kick in. So these words visit us daily, but they don't remain with us permanently. Else what will we become? To see you joyful all your life. Just joy. You ain't got no happiness, you ain't got no laughter, you ain't got no peace, you ain't got no tranquility. You just joy. But at a while you actually want to you, man. You see what I mean? So the variety is the spice of life. So these things come for us, but people never question them. Whether the word is who have the energy to do what it's doing to us, or whether it's us who have the energy. A man may be knowledgeable, a man may be righteous, a man may know all things, and yet when he is down, he will wait for you to come and give him courage. How come he can't give himself courage? You see? So that makes the definition to us that none of us hold it our own goods. We hold it the goods of each other, and we got to make haste to spread that good wherever it is needed and wherever it is desired. But the word come expressly for us, and if we retain the word and hold the word, accept the word, we may be able to demonstrate it as we receive it. But if we try to corrupt it in us, then when we try to deliver it, it wouldn't have no life in it, no values. The people of the system today, they create projects, they create organizations, they create everything. Hell and problems follow them. Why? Because they did it with a purpose. The purpose was money. No one in this world should create a project, an organization, an institution, an association for the purpose of money. You've got to have a humanitarian thinking. You got to see human first. You got to see healing first. You got to see solution first. And then that will come as a reward to you. But when you put that first, you neglect the qualities that you are destined to serve.
That is so true. I can testify for that. I'm living proof of that. I started off by Ghetto-News thing doing it for free. And I love doing it for free. But then the people say Ghetto-News, no. You gotta buy a phone, you gotta buy gas. They realize on their own. So it's true what he's saying. I didn't do it expecting even to get money.
Okay, let me give you this one. I was receiving schools here for 7 years. Straight. And then the prefect, what they call Pencho, he came and they had a project with me and he asked me, well, how much I just charge? Because when he came, they had 2 schools. So he asked me how much I just charge. I told him I don't charge. He asked me how I mean I don't charge. I said I don't charge. I got 7 years that I'm doing it for free. It's my way of doing things. And he told me no, I can't do that. The prefect. And I'm not saying this in a corner with you. I was in an association and his delegates were with him. And he told me no, I can't do it. So I said, what can I do? I don't know what to do, so you tell me what to do. He told me, well, at least put $3, €3 per child, and 5 per adult. 7 years was from 2007 to 2012. Right? From 2012 to 2025, the price for the children is $3 and the price for the adult is $5. I didn't put that price. The governor put that price.
Yes. I realize the system like money. The system is
no, it is based on
Once
that.
you give them money, they love you. And right now, they love me for that.
You who is a citizen and who know that you was a child and you grew up and many things was handed to you freely.
Yes.
You didn't have to work for them. You didn't have to pay for it. I think that should be a return for every adult today. You teaching children and you got to make them pay this amount of money and they got to, no, I don't think it is right. I don't think it is right. So I reach a stage today where I don't charge no more for nothing. So what I do, give me a contribution, and the people sometimes the contribution
more
is double than what I want to charge.
That's what happened to me too.
So it's really with a good heart you live better, and with the mean selfish heart, I mean you still live but you live with difficulties.
You're so right about that. I just go by certain shop and promote them. The thing that people like give me, my heart to jump, and I say no, cause I ain't even know how to accept these kind of big expensive things for free. I saw a customer just walking every time for what I want. But today, it depends on how you receive your people. And you get a bigger reward than the little money that...
You know I had 2 restaurants.
No.
You see?
No. I went one at the beach now, got the beach hot.
I had 2, we had a restaurant in St. James.
Yeah?
And I used to sell out 3 pots per day. I used to sell out. We had one on the market, just like how we knock in them.
Yeah.
We had one there too. And then used to sell out with the staff who selling food. Used to buy our food.
What?
But one thing with Bash is wherever he go, he tries to avoid bloodshed. You see? And anywhere I go, and bloodshed, you could depend, I will pack my bag and I will go. So in here, I've been here now 17 years. I never had a fight, never had a blood, never had a confusion like that, because I realized from the past what has caused the blood and what has caused the fight. Adults, male, is what has caused. So I bargained the project on women and children. They got a right to do any project they want. The men's also, if it is regard to dealing with youths and dealing with family, things like that issue. But if you come for a party, an adult party, rum drinking, your calypso on there. Jimmy Cliff proved to St. Martin people, he play reggae for nearly an hour and a half in Margaret Ball Field. Yeah? And he said, I'm going to play one calypso, and I bet you're going to have a fight.
You serious? Jimmy Clay do that?
The whole field trampled on each other with a fight, man. And he stopped the music, and he said, we're going to go back and reggae now and show you, not a fight going to go on. Jimmy Cliff did that on Margaret Ball Field.
Jimmy Cliff. Yeah, man.
So it's certain realities.
I like his song there with, I can see clearly now, the rain is going. Yeah. He was here?
I'm going to tell you something. If I want to know the truth in reality, I have to do what we do. 15, 20, 30 man gather together, and he got his book, he got his book, he got his book, and he got his book. And let true knowledge exercise man and man brains and bring light to one another. Because without collective knowledge, collective teaching, collective acceptance of the truth, you still ain't nowhere. A whole heap of man need to put down the crap what they're walking with, because what? They are only reacting. I will call a name for you, who is the main reacting man in the whole basin of the Caribbean, in the Rasta movement. His name is Mutabawu. All he does is react. You see? You gotta scratch your beard, because I want to explain to you. When a man have wisdom and he have knowledge, he bring it forth to the people to explain to the people. But when you don't have that, you take from what somebody say and you come to disfigure it, or you come to try to straighten it, and you try to make an argument from it. That is reacting. You got to be a man to deliver. And not much people can deliver. And most bloggers on Facebook, on YouTube, and on TikTok are reacting. Especially for the events of the war. Ukraine, Iraq, Iran, Israel, they are reacting. They wait until events happen, then they talk about it. Rastas who doing that are self-destructing themselves and all who listen to them, because they were not cultivated. When you finish play a football match, and you find three fellows out there and the match don't play, what are they doing? Talking about the football match. He should have done this and he should have passed the ball to that one. But Suki was right there, he would have given Suki the ball and Suki would have scored. You call that reacting. After the match, another match is being played. Before the match, a match is being played? Never. Before the meeting, a meeting is being held, you got 3,000 gold. After the meeting, a meeting is being held, you have 3,000 gold. This is what experience teach this man. So you will go and keep a meeting after the meeting without the fullness of the meeting, you're in trouble with the meeting. You will go and do it before the meeting, you're in trouble with the meeting. And this is all what I meet in these gatherings we had in St. Martin. These blockades. Where people think they're conscious, but in behavior they are denying their consciousness. Fully conscious, man. Keep the lane. Fully conscious. Keep the lane. And you ain't going to get everybody talk about the same thing.
No.
But you have to have keen ears to understand if what he's talking about is connected to what we're dealing with. You have to do that, or else you find yourself thinking that you're the only down over there. And Christ said no. Those fellows were there, he sees my father plan. Why did he say my father? He a lawyer? If it is he alone who is God, why did he say my father? And when he tell the prophet also, Philip, who can't bring which one of them, so long I've been with you, and you don't see the Father. The Father is in me, and I am in the Father. The word I use is not my own. Hear it? Not my own. They are the words of my Father. That's not distinction.
Yep.
You see, so the churches out there who today are putting Jesus as the only God are blaspheming. Open blaspheming. He says, sit thee on my right side till I make thy enemy thy footstool. He that sitteth on the throne had a book in his hand, sealed with 7 seals, and hoping for somebody to take it out of his hand. Who he was while was on the throne. It's not Haile Selassie, and it's not Jesus. It's the Almighty Father who was on his throne, and this book needs to be taken. Nobody's worthy to take it in Zion, nobody worthy to take it on earth, not be led the earth. And here what happened. An elder stood up. An elder. That means that elder lives somewhere on earth. Because it can't be an elder in Zion. Catch me? Some elder was taken when the crucifixion took place and the resurrection of the firstborn occurred, and went with him. That's what's written. When he resurrected, he went with all the firstborn from the beginning to him. All who remain is after him, but all who were righteous before and during his time went with him.
Yep.
Okay. So the elder was said, this man is worthy, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Kings of kings and the Lords of lords. Is worthy to take the book, open the seals, and loose the 7 seals.
I was able to 7 seals.
Okay, and today now, we as Rastafarian decided that it's Haile Selassie who take the book out of the hand of him that sitteth on the throne, but yet they say he is the Father. Could the Father take the book out of the hand of the Father? No. Then that's a lie. Okay? Then the Father on the throne, now this is Haile Selassie who opened the books of the 7 seals. I ain't going to tell you nothing. I'm going down a little lower than what he said, the Kings of kings and Lords of lords, conquering land of the tribe of Judah. I'm going down in the 2nd verse of that. No. The Lamb that was slain is worthy to take the book and to open the 7 seals. The Lamb that was slain. That's why that elder could have said what he said. But he see who was the Lamb that was slain. Okay? Then it went a little lower again and it said, he who bought us with his blood. Who was crucified?
That's right.
Thank you. So the whole misconception is that brethren or people want God to lie. He not gonna lie because he said it. Heaven and earth may crash, but not one of these words will fail to manifest their truth. Everything is clear. For those who seek him with their heart and their soul, and when they come to testify, they will testify openly with no fear. The word in the beginning gives us to understand that all things are governed by the word, and if it was not for the word, there would be nothing. Then these words, when we are in trouble, is what rescue us. These are the same words that rescue us. So without those words, we wouldn't be nowhere. But mankind feel he have the energy in him that belongeth to the word. But I would ask you right there sitting next to me, insult me with a negative emotional word that is insultive. How will I feel?
Bad.
Okay. That's from you. Now I ask you to exalt me with a word of exaltation. How would I feel?
Happy.
It is you what changed the mood or to the word.
The word.
Then the energy is not in us,
Is in the word.
in the word. And let us respect that. Man is just like a piece of rock. It's the living soul that the Almighty put in him that make him a living being. But without the word, he is nothing. And any man who wants to seek God and find God, it is written in the Bible. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word is God. It is written in the Bible, and any way you want to look for the Word, that is it. Yahweh tells people, believe in my word, my people. Trust in my word, my people. Fear not. That one is. Have no doubt. That one is. Do not be confused. That one is. For perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out fear. Then two guys can't live in the same house together.
Love and fear can.
Thank you. So whoever talking about love today and have fear, tell them Jabash say, it's nil. It's no value. It have no stand. And even if your mouth blah blah blah